The name of this episode 3, by the way, is going to be The Power in Your Response. The power in your response. Now, I do want to touch on a simple fact of this is going to be a very transparent podcast right here. This is going to be a very transparent episode. I'm going to be real with y'all about some things. First things first. I have to take ownership of the fact that I failed the lunge challenge. I got all the way to week 4, and so many different things just got shot at me, and I dropped the ball. I didn't complete it. I didn't complete the lunge challenge, and I am so, I don't want to say upset, but I feel away. I feel away that I didn't complete it, but what's done is done. And now it's time to respond. So in saying that, it prompted me to do an episode about the power in your response. And I'm always looking to find ways to encourage people, to encourage myself, that although we don't have ultimate control, but there are factors and there are places where we can insert our dominance and positively affect the outcomes of our lives. And it has been an uphill battle for me to recognize where I end and God begins. Because I didn't understand that my need to control was rooted in fear, which was an open door in allowing things and people and places and all of the things that come into our lives that keep us in our loops. Fear is an open door for that. And my need to control was rooted in fear. And that was a key element in why I could not break the loop. So I try to be cognizant of that fact and humble myself under the ultimate authority and recognize that I am connected to a source and that it's not a me thing, it's not an ego thing, and that's something that I battle with all the time. That's something that I have to constantly be reminded of. But I do feel that there is beauty in recognizing when you're being reminded. There's a beauty in recognizing when you're being reminded. Because I didn't always recognize what that was. But we're going to touch on that. I don't want to speed past what the initial thing was, and it's the power in your response. There are going to be things in this life that we can't control. There are going to be things in this life that we cannot control, but we can control what we do, the actions that we take, the decisions that we make. We can control that. The things that we say, we can control that. So the things that I can control, I want to acknowledge that I can control it and attempt to control it as much as possible and recognize when I need to do something different as well. So I said that to say I didn't know at a young age that I was being groomed into a mindset, but I was. And for a long time, I didn't equate that experience with love, because I felt like love was support. I felt like love was rallying. I felt like love was upholding. And that's not what love is. That's not what love is. And I'm talking about the relationship that I had with my mama. And I feel like we understand the hand that life dealt us. We understand that hand so much more when we accept our mission. We understand the hand that we were dealt so much more when we accept our mission. For a long time, I was afraid to accept my mission. I was afraid to really take responsibility for why I was put here on this earth. And in that, it gave me a victim mentality. It gave me a blame mentality, until I understood that the hand that I got was the key element in me learning the things that I needed to learn to create the individual that you see today, and the evolution of the individual that you're going to see in the future. I wouldn't be that if it wasn't for the hand that I got dealt. So growing up, I felt like, and I'm gonna be real specific. I'm gonna be real transparent right here. As a child, you would go to your. I would go to. I'm gonna say me as a child. I would go to my mama, and I would tell her what the teacher did. I would tell her what my friend did. And very patiently, she would hear me out. Very patiently, she would listen to me. She would let me finish saying everything that I needed to say. She would let me give my point of view. And she would say, okay, now what did you do? Okay, hold on. After she said that, okay, what did you say? And at that age, you don't wanna think about that. You don't want to think about that, because at that time, life is happening to you. Life is happening to you. So what does it matter? What does it matter what I said? What does it matter what I did if I'm right? Because being right, I'm justified, right? I'm justified because I'm right. But are you? Because you can be right and not be righteous. You can be right and not be righteous. So I would feel like, dang, Mom, you're never on my side. You always critiquing me. No matter what the person did, you're always requiring that I come up higher in some way. Interesting. So you can see how that will taint the image of a relationship. But when I accepted my mission, I knew that what was going on back then, the training of how to take in when life is giving you what life gives everybody. and how to train the mind to understand that, okay, I'm in this situation, I'm going through what I'm going through, but there's a way. There's a way to suffer. There's a way to lose. There's a way to go through your storms. Always take a look back at your response. Because your response is what's keeping you in the loop, is what's keeping you in the cycle. Your habitual response to the stimuli that is around you. And when I accepted my mission, I said, okay, now that's love. That's love, because you knew I was going to need that. You knew I was going to need that. Because to be a leader, to be a pioneer, to pave ways, it's a solitary journey. It's a solitary place. It's a place of constant introspection. It's a place of constant seeing where the ball was dropped and accepting that. I'm thinking about the lunch challenge right now. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday of the 4th week of the lunch challenge, and I didn't meet the mark. I failed. I essentially failed my own challenge. And when we're keen and when we're present, when we're in the present moment, we see how life is constantly tossing us little nuggets to remind us. So I'm on my way to work thinking about the lunch challenge, thinking about, okay, what am I going to do? What's my next move? How am I going to respond to this emotion of failure? And I heard Erykah Badu say that shadow work requires a lot of integrity. Shadow work requires a great deal of integrity. And that stuck out to me. To the point where I was thinking about it. I said, shadow work requires a great deal of integrity. And I said, you know what? It does. It does. I don't have to get on my podcast and tell y'all that I didn't finish the lunch challenge. I could have made those 3 videos or 4 videos and posted it up there. It doesn't matter. No one would know. No one would know. It would be where? In the shadows. You are the light that sheds light on your darkness. You are the light that sheds light on your darkness. It's that accountability that is to you. I'm accountable to source, and I'm accountable to me. And if that relationship is healthy, it's never about what the next man did. It's never about that. It's always about how did I respond? Because in your response is the key to what's going to propel you or stale you or quail you or derail you. That's in your response. It's not about what's coming in. It's about what's going out. I am, therefore it is. I am peace, therefore it is peaceful. I am love, therefore there is love. It's a self thing. It's a you thing. And I'm so thankful. And I give so much gratitude because that is the humbling. That is the humbling experience of it all. Because we can get to a place where things are going so much how we envisioned it that we forget that we are being led. Me, it's so easy to come from where I come from and to finally feel like I can see. It's easy for me to start thinking it's me and not the simple fact of me being led and me being obedient. And God had to remind me, humble yourself so I don't have to. Govern yourself so I don't have to. And I wanna put the utmost intention on reflecting on how I can improve on the day to day. What could I have done differently? What role am I playing in the energies in the spirits that I'm attracting to me? That's so important, and I'm so thankful that on my journey, I got the opportunity to see the love in what my mama gave me. The mindset, she gave me the proper relationship with my environment. She gave me the proper relationship with my environment. It's a you thing. What did you say? What did you do? Did you do what was necessary to de-escalate? Did you do what was necessary to keep the peace? Did you pursue peace in your heart of hearts? Did you give your best effort? And I'm not, and the beautiful thing about it is that the only thing that can be perfect is your effort. And that fluctuates. But only you know if you gave your best or not. Only you know that. And there will be rewards. There will be rewards when the best is given. You know, I know that we are living in a time where it's hard to decipher what's real and what's not. We're bombarded with so much information. We're bombarded with so many different ways for us to get our dopamine that it's difficult to get back down to the bare essentials. It's difficult for us to lean into the things that God gave us to stimulate us. Real music, nature, physical activity, social interaction. When you take those things away, the true essence of where you're supposed to get your real dopamine from, and you replace it with all this fake stuff, white sugar, social media to an extent, X-rated videos, AI computers and blow up dolls and I mean everything that you could think of. Instant gratification, all of this, go to sleep and wake up and the fat that was here is there, and instant, fake. And is keeping you, is lulling you to sleep. It's dulling. It's dulling the senses. And I'm talking beyond the 5. I'm talking beyond the 5. You have more. You are capable of more. And at some point, when you hear that call, is it going to be an easy journey? It's not. It's not going to be an easy journey. Will you be faced with darknesses within yourself that you did not know? Yes. And will that be a scary place? Yes. It will be. But on that journey, no matter however brief it is, you get clarity, real clarity. And if after that you're thrown back into the abyss, just fall. It's okay. Do the work. You will rise again. Don't forget who you are. And don't forget why you're here. You're here for a purpose. You know that. Accept it. And so many things that you had so many questions about is going to start to make sense. It's going to start to make sense. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Just know that you are not alone. Just know that you are not alone. Okay, well, this is the third episode of the Godbology podcast. I'm so thankful that you stopped by just to listen, just to vibe, just to grow. Because I'm doing the same thing. And I just hope that something that was said today penetrated your mind. So you will find what was there the whole time. That God body mentality. Peace and blessings on your journey.